The purpose of this podcast is to educate and inform. It is no substitute for professional care by your doctor or your qualified healthcare professional. Never disregard or delay professional medical advice because of something you've heard on this podcast or in any linked material. Guests who speak on this podcast express their own opinions, experience, and conclusions. Dr. Shirley neither endorses nor opposes any particular opinion discussed on this podcast. The views expressed on this podcast have no relation to those of any academic, hospital, practice, institution, or other entity with which Dr. Shirley may be affiliated.
Welcome to Forever Fab, the podcast on fashion, the art of living, and all things beauty. This podcast is curated by Dr. Shirley Madhere, MD, as the definitive source of holistic wellness through beauty.
True, and that's always a hard discussion to have with yourself.
Right, but there's something else.
Yes.
Keep on trying.
Did you experience any obstacles along your path to world domination? And if you did, how did you reconcile those?
Many. I think that I had a fairly easy start. I don't know that I'd still be on this path if my first 2 years or so weren't smooth.
Right.
It was like, this is a walk in the park. But I'd been doing it for so many
long.
years, and
Right.
it was what I was known for. But as my business and the firm started to scale, things are different.
Yeah.
You have to surround yourself with great management. I one day stopped and was like, okay, I had to accept that 50% of my business is business management.
Yes.
No matter what you do, you have the core of your business, and then there's a business management.
Yes.
I don't feel comfortable with, things swimming around not being done.
Yeah.
So I had to scale back on the amount of clients that I took on, so that I made sure that all the administrative things of the business
were
were
getting done.
Tight. So you want to make sure that you have a great accountant.
Yes.
Somebody who is versed in policy and compliance and things of this nature.
Lawyer.
That's my next one. And one thing I learned about attorneys is they're not all the same. They don't have all the same expertise.
No, they do not.
So I have a few, and I love my squad.
Yeah.
I
love it.
You
They're your
need
squad.
someone else. There's someone that you need for litigation.
Right.
There's someone that you need for contracts.
Yes.
And as my business expanded from just, these certain categories to entertainment, there's entertainment contracts.
Oh, yeah.
It's a whole nother skill set. And you need to become your own attorney on your own. You need to
Read
be able
everything.
to, after a while, you are able to read contracts and understand what should be in there.
Yes.
And so that's important as well. And I am tremendously fortunate to have a wonderful CFO, and who is, my business manager and oversees things. And that's my soundboard and
who's also quite experienced and able to give you the feedback that you're looking for.
And it's in folks who respect my position.
Yes.
Let's be honest. We know what the stakes are as being a woman.
Yes,
and
women of color.
I have been a woman of color.
Oh, yeah.
I've been fortunate to, through evolution,
find
myself surrounded by individuals who respect me and respect what I'm saying.
Yes.
I know what I want.
Yeah.
I know my stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed to put that
it out there.
forward.
Yeah.
But you will work with individuals who will try to minimize you.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when it comes to
Or diminish your worth.
I won't allow it.
Right.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
And I don't tolerate it.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I think that my values.
Yes.
My mother is a staunch businesswoman herself, and this Caribbean woman, and it was just inherent to her. And I felt entitled to things. I felt entitled to respect. I felt entitled to, when I know something in my gut, you can't tell me it's not happening.
That's right.
I'm going to find someone who's going to give me the yes.
Yes.
And as my business evolved into a space where I'm connecting, companies to venture capital and private equity,
that's
it's
another
very
level.
important because, women of color are only able to, they've only been able to amass 2.2% of all venture capital in the country.
Unbelievable.
And women in general. And I just saw a story by Reese Witherspoon who, come on, she's Reese Witherspoon,
Of
and
course.
the challenges she had
Yeah.
to move her endeavors forward. And
Yeah.
it happens that no matter how accomplished you are, I've often been surprised by the way the rap sheet my CV
Yeah.
reads, and
Yeah.
individuals will still question my expertise.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
It's hilarious, but par for the course.
Right.
And that is
Just
where
expect it.
pride must not come in,
That's right.
but you must correct others.
Of course.
And I stand firm. And so that's really important in business, to surround yourself by those individuals.
Those who respect you and may disagree with you, but still have the respect to have the
Yes.
conversation with you on the same level.
Right. And, honesty, you don't want people who will give you a yes all
Yeah,
the time.
all the time, of
you
course.
also have to respect the counsel that you receive from
Very
others.
true.
You may make mistakes sometimes, but if you're going to be in business and scale
Yeah.
to a serious level,
Yes.
you've got to tighten up your team.
Of course. Agreed.
Mentors are important,
Yes.
as well as advisors.
Agreed. So, as per the topic of this podcast, do you believe self-love is essential for self-promotion? And if you do, what does that self-love entail? I mean, you mentioned something about surrounding yourself with the right team. That is a form of self-love because you love yourself enough to want to succeed. So you're going to do what it takes to get the right people next to you. So in my opinion, that is a form of self-love in the sense that you're ultimately doing it so that you can have your ideal career, that you can succeed and therefore help others. But in essence, you're really truly helping yourself by surrounding yourself with the right team.
Yes. Excellent question.
Thank you.
Because I work with founders.
Yes.
For the most part, unless I'm working for a large company
Yes.
that has a board and
Right.
so forth. So that's the dichotomy
Yes.
in my business. But I've been disappointed to meet some individuals. I only work with people that I thoroughly and passionately believe in.
Good for you.
And I'm fortunate to be able to do so. I'm
Yes.
also happy to take on less business
Yeah.
in order to do so. So I've been disappointed to meet individuals who didn't believe in themselves.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not going to fault them for it.
No.
It's a company you keep.
Right.
And sometimes I have to be a therapist and say,
Yeah.
listen, we wouldn't be sitting here if I
That's
didn't
right.
believe in you.
Right.
And it's really about your self-love.
Yes.
You have to believe in you, and you have to know that the path to your success is not a straight line. It's not
Right.
point A to point B.
Right.
It might be curves and
Yeah.
bumps and things and such. And I think that when you really love what you do and enjoy it, it doesn't hurt as much.
Yes, I agree.
To go through those growing pains
Yeah.
in terms of business. Self-love is learning how to say no.
Yes, agreed.
Self-love is standing up for yourself.
Yes.
Self-love is taking a break. I'm the queen of work-life balance. This is it. Every, month and a half,
Yes.
6, whatever, I'm on a beach.
Good for you.
I'm there. I'll wake up, Miami's not too far
That's
from
right.
me. I
Yeah.
love just, going there. Of course, I'm a Caribbean girl, so
Yeah,
if I'm
yeah.
in any island.
Any island.
And just sitting down and taking time away to reflect and, read a good book to enrich my knowledge and understanding. I come away feeling tremendously creative
Yes.
with fresh ideas. And this is
Wonderful.
something that I have done my entire life, even when I was 23.
Yeah.
I'd escape, I'd
Yes.
sit somewhere,
Yes.
even if I went with a friend,
Yes.
if I travel on my own, I'll send out a cattle call. Hey, I'll be in this country. Anybody
Right.
want to join me?
Yeah.
Friends will show up.
Wonderful.
Or even if I'm traveling with my husband, I will find time to myself.
Good.
And,
That's important.
to sit and just reflect and
reconnect
be
with
creative.
yourself.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think the self-love for me personally has been a place that I came from. And then because of my experiences and training through general surgery and plastic surgery, you meet a lot of people who aren't necessarily thrilled that you are there and training with them or don't feel that you belong there. So it was a place that I had to get back to knowing my worth, knowing my value, knowing what I'm very well capable of, and knowing that I'm really good at what I do.
Right.
So I had to get back to a place where it's like, I love what I do. I'm passionate about what I'm doing. And I belong here.
Right.
And I love myself. And not only is it self-love, it's self-approval.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Self-love is self-approval. So I agree with everything that you just said. And also it's important to be able to step out of that environment to just be like, wait a minute, what did this person say? That's crazy. Let me gain some perspective here and reconnect with self and source, whatever that is for the person, and just recognize that all is good.
Yeah, I think that it's it's an individual journey of self-love.
Yeah.
But what I found very rewarding is finding a community of individuals who will support you, which is how we became friends.
That's right. That's right.
We met each other. We immediately gravitated to one
It's
another.
true. I know.
And the energy emanating from you, and when we get together, it's like neither of us can get a word in edgewise. And you come away feeling wonderful, which is why you can call me and say, "What are you doing this afternoon? I'm free, fine, and I'm there."
That's
right. And I everyone doesn't always have that.
That's true.
And you're not always going to have it. So it is an individual journey. And sometimes you'll find folks like that for a time. And then you have to let them go as you love yourself. Because humans are humans.
That's right.
But I think that, it's really great to surround yourself with individuals who will encourage you and see the beauty in you, the greatness in you. In those moments when you're surrounded by folks that want to tell you, especially as a woman, that like, oh, you can't do that. But you have your sisters there that are like, yes, you can.
Of course.
What are you talking about? Or men who are friends, that are like, you're a badass. You can't do that, so it's really important.
It is
That's
important.
all part of self-love.
And thank you for being in my tribe, because you do give me that energy and that support. I walk away like jacked
and you're wearing
up.
Yellow today. It's my favorite color.
And I didn't even, you see, we never had discussions.
We're on the same wavelength. No, you didn't know.
I didn't know. And here I am.
There you
I
go.
showed up for you and you showed up for
I
me.
love it.
Thank you. So you mentioned being a badass. What do you love most about being a boss?
The opportunity to create my own destiny, because I have to say that along my career path, I wouldn't say, it was in a box that I was happy to be in. I got on a train and it was like, here I am, I'm a manager, and then next is director, vice president, and you just go up the line, and that's wonderful, and it was enriching. But I have been able to carve out a niche for myself that I don't know anyone else that does this globally. Like, there are folks who can consult and give you strategic ideas, but they can't execute. We do both. And that's a exciting feeling for someone to find us and discover. And so that's, one thing.
I have to applaud you, because based on what you just said, you basically define yourself for yourself. You're not waiting for other people to tell you, oh, Umindi, this is who you are and what you do. No, you define that. And you set your own boundaries or limits or none.
Right.
And how empowering is that?
I do want to share this because there was a time maybe 3 years ago, I felt stuck.
Okay.
I felt stuck because I wanted to do more. But and I think we talked about this, but the folks that you work with professionally see you as this. And they don't allow you to evolve into other areas or other things. And it's something I really had to pray and meditate on. And there are confines that we give ourselves.
Of course.
So when you decide or have a vision to do something greater or more, or you love what you do, but you also want to do something different. If you have the bandwidth to do it, it's okay.
Do it.
And you figure out how to make it all be cohesive.
That's right.
So I think one very important thing that I'm continuing to share with folks is get unstuck. It's okay to try something else on top of what you're doing. You have a corporate job, but you have a passion to do something else. Do it at the same time. My mom worked in IT. She was worked for the state of New York as she got her degree at management information systems. After my father passed away, and as a child, she went back to school, got her degree at Pace. I love her. She's amazing.
She is.
And she and my aunt started a vitamin sales company.
Love it.
Kind of like a Mary Kay sort of thing, but it
Wow.
was for vitamins. And this is what I was seeing,
That's right.
what inspired me to entrepreneurship. And she did that too, you know, and these are this is, you can do whatever you want if you endeavor to do so.
Thank you for saying that, because as you know, I had to become unstuck to do this podcast.
Right. And
'Cause
why
I was
not?
like, what's a plastic surgeon doing a podcast about fashion and
Because
wellness
you
and
want
beauty?
to.
Because I want to.
And I can.
Okay.
That's really that's my mantra. I want to.
And I can. I'm going to have to tweet that.
Yeah.
You are married to a professional man. How do you marry? And he is so handsome, if I say so myself. How do you manage marriage to your husband on top of marriage to your career and your business?
Yeah, I think that's it's so important. That goes back to the mastery of work-life balance.
Yes.
I also come from I have a very big extended family.
Yes.
You know, and so
And that's fun.
there's a lot of things that I missed over the years that my family was fine with.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I can't be at every birthday
Of
party,
course, of course.
wedding, I'm out of the country and so forth.
Right.
But you have to say no and carve out time to spend with your family.
Yes.
And keep some things to yourself.
Yes.
Everything doesn't have to be on Instagram.
Right.
Everything doesn't have, you know, it's just, it's in living in real life.
Yes.
And if that means that, you know, I'm not taking this international business trip because I want to spend time with my family and be there for something special, it's great. And, you know, one thing that really warms my heart, I'm not going to get emotional, is just hearing my family talk about me in the last year, like, you know, Mindy's so humble, and even though she does this and is here, she'll show up for what have you and put us first.
Yeah.
And you can't always do it,
Of course.
but
they know who you really
But they
are.
know who I really am,
Absolutely.
and that's really all that matters. And so, really, just pulling back on certain things or
Yes.
not going to certain things so that I can spend time with my family and
Good for you.
be with my husband is
Yes.
really my priority in life. Yeah.
Good for you. Well, let's pull back the curtain and introduce some levity and pull back the curtain on your closet and your beauty cabinet.
Ooh, yeah.
What are your go-to fashion items?
Holy cow.
Oh my God,
know,
is that a list?
Well, after being in the fashion industry for
Yes.
so long, you have to know, working with all of these brands,
Yeah.
they just give me.
I know, lucky you. I mean, well, anybody listening out there, please just send Dr. Shirley some stuff. Okay, go ahead.
I have archives of phenomenal, archives of really fantastic. You know, going back to Tom Ford for Gucci.
Oh my gosh.
You know, Saint Laurent with just
with the Y in front of it.
with the Y.
Okay.
Yves Saint Laurent.
Yves.
So you know, and the great thing about luxury fashion is I have things that is 15 years old and they're timeless, excellent quality.
Yeah.
And it's informed the way I dress as a woman of my age.
Yes. I don't know what that age is, darling, because you look flawless.
Thank you. Yeah, it's informed that. But, you know, my go-to brands are, I've definitely evolved. There's so many wonderful things. And I've been able to work with a lot of African designers. And I love seeing the fashion come from the continent and the eclecticness of it.
And the colors and the
colors,
vibrancy and the passion.
The way it's, you know, the modern prints and things of that nature is always fantastic. But, you know, I love classics. I love Louis Vuitton.
Yes.
I love so many designers. I love working with emerging brands.
Yes.
I love I love Victor Glimaud.
Oh yes,
I love Pierre
We're gonna have Victor on the podcast.
I
next
cannot
week. Yes,
wait.
I know. I'm excited.
You know, I worked for Victor early on.
I
when he
know.
was at managing communications at Versace. He was so fabulous.
I know. Still is. And that effortless, just like
yes. Absolutely.
Just his mode is so chill.
I know. My point is, he's always been fabulous.
Yeah, right.
You know, there's so many wonderful brands out there, and so I love to mix and play around. And I'm not, you know,
You're not like necessarily too brand specific or
I'm
brand
not
loyal.
I'm
experiment.
I'm quality.
Okay. Quality over quantity.
Quality over quantity. Yeah.
Okay, so without mentioning any brands, do you have, I don't know, 3 fashion items that you absolutely must always have in your closet, like a white shirt, a red dress, a little black dress, whichever?
I can write a whole book on it. Like being in the fashion,
Yes.
you have staples,
Yes,
right?
the staples,
Let
right.
me be, I have Chanel bags, I
Yeah.
have Birkins, I
Yeah.
have,
You've got the ballerina flats.
flats, LBDs. I
Yes.
have it's like American Psycho LBD for every move. I love olive green. I have an olive green.
really?
I have an olive green coat for every single point of weather.
My
I'm
gosh.
surprised I didn't wear it today.
I
I
so
have
don't
a
do a lot
winter
of olive
coat.
green.
I have a winter coat. I have, the Celine biker,
Yes.
army jacket that came out. I have a parka. It's
Olive
just
green.
something that every type of weather I have a coat in olive green for that. I love fur. Sorry.
Okay, no, it's okay.
in the
No need to be
back
sorry.
of the closet.
It's organic.
It's organic. You know what?
It's natural.
I have my first vintage mink at 19 at a vintage store. I still
There
have
you
it.
go.
It still
It's-
fits
you
in the back of the
recycled.
I love faux fur. I just love the whole. Diane Carroll
Yes.
was my fashion
Oh my
icon.
gosh.
So
Yes.
I was mini her. I'm big her. I'm her.
Oh, doppelganger and everything, right?
What?
Fantastic. Okay, so let's switch to beauty. Your skin is indeed flawless. I thought so from the
Thank
very minute I met
you.
you. And that must have been it. Like your skin was so radiant and my brain just goes, radiant skin, go there. What is your skincare routine? Is it complex? Is it multi-step? Is it simple?
I'm super simple. What? I just
for you.
It's just jeans, my skin.
Yeah.
I really but I've sat with friends and listened to their beauty routines and there's real enjoyment in
Yeah.
all of that.
Oh, yes.
And I honestly didn't wear makeup
Yes.
until maybe 5 years, 2020? Yeah, 5 years ago, my assistant had an intervention.
Oh.
She's like, you look great,
But-
but let's go on YouTube and figure that out.
Yes.
I'm like, what do you mean? So I've definitely evolved in that, and I love it. I love wearing makeup, and so I've been fortunate to work with some wonderful makeup
Yes, you
artists.
have.
Mimi Kamara, who's a
Yes.
manager at Dior. She
She's
does Kiki
fantastic,
Palmer's
yes.
makeup. She's been my makeup guru.
Yes.
Molly Thomas, who did my makeup for my wedding. Those two women are
Talented.
talented and magicians and phenomenal, and so I've learned a lot of tips from them.
Yes.
But my makeup routine is I'm the master of a 5-minute beat.
Okay.
Because I'm on the go.
That's true.
And I think allowing days for my skin to breathe has allowed my skin to be fine. So for my cleanser, I typically use Le Porte-Chaussée that you just get it in regular Paris thing. Thank God it's in America now.
Thank goodness.
I used to travel with a carry-on and just buy as much as possible.
Dump it in.
Dump it in when I go to Paris and bring it on home and last for the year. I use that cleanser or Mario Badescu.
Yes.
I love serums.
Yes, I do too.
A toner is really important for me.
Yes.
And a serum. And I love, for makeup, I love using breathable makeup. So my go-to is MAC because of my complexion. It's number 8. I put on it's very translucent. So it just feels like putting moisturizer on my face.
Yes.
Or the 3-minute beat that Mimi taught me is the Dior. Let me tell you, my cousin who's like my little sister, she will, and she's a mom of 2 and principal at school. She's like in awe of this 3-minute beat.
Okay.
Because it's called Dior Flash.
Oh, I
and
don't
you
know that
literally
one.
spray paint the foundation on your face.
Stop.
You spray it on and you just spray. You do the brow.
Yeah.
A blush. A highlighter.
Yeah.
And then liner and out the
You're
door.
done. That is 3
Done.
minutes.
And a red lipple.
Always. I know you're a red lip girl.
I'm a red lip girl. Most of the
Okay.
time, I like to change it up. I don't want it to be too gimmicky.
Okay.
So that's the routine.
Okay, I like it. So, of all the things you just mentioned, what is the one beauty product that you absolutely cannot leave the house without? Like you walk out, you forget it, and you're running back to the house to go get it.
That's not a Good question for me, because again,
It's a whole
90% of the time I'm makeup free. Not 90%, lies. 50% of the time. You know, like if I'm not going out,
Yes.
I love, my husband will be like, "Oh, baby, you look like a Victoria's Secret model."
Yes, I love your husband.
From the side ponytail.
Yeah, I love it.
So it's and I've been using it since the 3rd grade. Lip Medics.
There you go. There it is. For
I
me,
must
it's lip
have
gloss.
I must have my not lip gloss, Lip Medics.
The little thing,
Bob,
put your finger
$3.39
on the
that you get at
Okay.
at the
Yeah.
pharmacy. That's it. Because
That's it.
my lips must always be moisturized, so
I
that's
got
really
you.
important.
I got
But
you.
in terms of a makeup product,
Yeah.
it's got to be my red lip.
Okay, I know. I was going to say, I think if I would venture a guess that it's going to be your red lip.
Well, it's my lashes actually. That's
Oh, that?
that would actually be it. So
Okay, love. But I have to say, in addition to all the things that you do to maintain beautiful, flawless skin, in the 45 minutes that we've been chatting, you have downed 2 glasses of pure water.
Oh,
So that is awesome.
yes, everyone. I drink.
Yes.
For
Tons
my
of
whole
water.
How do
I
you
noticed that.
Well, wow.
I'm
Okay.
on my half of the first. And you're on 2.
I drink almost a gallon of water every day. And
Awesome. I love that.
Yeah,
And it's important for really
Yeah,
great
I get
skin.
the Poland Spring bottle, the tall bottle.
Yep.
It's like $3 or
And you
$2.50, and
go through
I
that
put it on
every
my
day.
desk, and I have it at home, and I will almost finish that every day.
Perfect.
That really has a lot to do with it, of
Yes.
course. Yeah.
Yes. Wonderful. Well, I agree with that. So we are wrapping up our last 2 questions. The first one is called the Fast 5. I'm just going to give you 5 sets of 2 options, and you just say the first thing that comes off the top of your head. Don't even think about it. These are going to be easy for you.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one, New York or LA?
New York. Don't get me on that one.
Okay, I won't. Skincare or makeup?
What?
Wait a minute.
Makeup.
I would have
fun.
thought skincare. Okay, creator or collaborator?
Collaborator.
Wow. PR or social media?
PR.
Publicity or privacy?
Privacy.
Girl, I knew that one. All right, your last question, Ms. Umindi Francis. The Fab 5. What are your top 5 recommendations for living a successful and fabulous life?
My personal.
Your personal ones. If someone were to ask you, a mentee, Umindi, what 5 things would you recommend for me to live fabulously and just successfully and happy ever after?
Number 1 for
Yes.
me is
Yes.
God.
Okay.
Prayer is quintessential in my life.
I love it. Great.
That encompasses with that is, meditation and
Yes.
being able to be centered.
Your center. Okay.
Self-love.
Yes.
And that really speaks to the rest. From self-love, it's also taking care of oneself, meaning, eating right, keeping great relationships, and living within your means.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I agree.
To strive for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, if it's a sale and
Yes, I know. On sale. I love a good sale.
right,
I will admit.
if you could find one, I've learned to just ignore them because the sample sales that would come into my inbox on a daily basis, I just stopped.
Yeah, I know. I've deleted a lot of emails and
Now it's interiors.
Oh, okay. I see you. It's you
evolve
pivoted.
from fashion. It's like fashion, and it's like accessories, and then it's jewelry and interiors. Like
You've pivoted.
you wait to I want that lamp
Right? It's funny that
or
you say
China.
that.
Like, what are you doing? I am looking for China.
Yeah, right. I think, I'm certainly at the point where it's just like when it comes to fashion, I really have to be you have to move a mountain for me.
Is it? I don't know if it's me being older
I
and being in
don't
the industry,
know.
or if it's the time.
Maybe the time, what's out there, I'm not sure. I think it's maybe a combination of both. But
Yeah.
you really have to move the mountain for me to press purchase.
Right.
Yeah.
Not on a
Okay.
vacation though.
No, except on a vacation. I will walk into that, the vacation boutique store and be like, oh, let's just see what's here. Oh, I already have one of these, but not this thing, not this color. Umindi, you're so awesome. As I
were
mentioned,
you.
thank you. You are a force. And not only that, you're just so lovely and beautiful inside and out. Thank you for your time, your presence, your expertise, your dynamism, your energy. I could go on, but I'll stop it there. Just thank you.
Thanks for having me.
I hope
It's been
you'll
a
come
pleasure
back.
speaking with you.
I hope you'll come back. You've been listening to my interview with Umindi Francis on branding you, why self-love is key for self-promotion. Thank you for listening to this week's Forever Fab podcast episode. Until next time, stay beautiful inside and out.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Forever Fab, the podcast on fashion, the art of living, and all things beauty, curated by Dr. Shirley Madhere, MD. Live beautifully and help make the world a more beautiful place.